So welcome to this lesson where we're going to look at different types of triangles. So we're going to start by looking at how we would name our triangles. We have here a triangle which has the letters A, C and B at its different vertices or corners. The way we're going to name this triangle is we'd call it triangle ABC. So we take the letters and we say them in alphabetical order. So we don't say triangle ACB, we say triangle ABC. We could then write that, say in a mathematical proof, as triangle ABC. And we use this little triangle symbol. So that's how we would name our triangles. So for the rest of this lesson, we're going to look at the different types of triangles. The first of them is the equilateral triangle. The equilateral triangle has all sides are equal in length. So remember, if we have one dash across, that means that they're all going to be the same size interval. So each of these sides is the same length. And it's also going to have all angles are equal in length. So they're going to be the same number of degrees. So if we take our triangle, any equilateral triangle is going to have sides which are the same and angles which are the same, which we're going to talk about this later, but that means that the angles are all going to be 60 degrees. So we're going to have 60-degree angles on each angle of our equilateral triangle. Now, to work out if a triangle is equilateral, you don't have to prove both of these things, but just one of them. If you prove one of them, they're both also going to be true. Next is our isosceles triangle. Our equilateral triangle, we'd have all sides of the same length. Isosceles, we have two. So in this case, we have AB equals to BC. We have two sides that each equal in length. And an equilateral had three angles that were the same. Isosceles is going to have two angles that are the same. Again, you just have to find two sides, or two angles that are the same, and you'll know it's an isosceles triangle. Our next is a scalene triangle. So this is a triangle which has no sides the same length and no angles the same. Again, if you find out that the triangle has no sides the same length, you know that it's also going to have no angles the same length and that it's scalene, and vice versa. Okay, so now we come to triangles which are defined based on one of their angles. So the first of these is the right-angled triangle. And as you may have guessed, the right-angled triangle has one right angle. Here we have the right angle down here, which means it has the 90-degree angle, which you would see in the corners of a rectangle or of a square. Yep. So it's a triangle that has one 90-degree angle. Next is our obtuse angled triangle. Now we haven't looked at obtuse angles yet. These are any angle that's bigger than a right angle or bigger than a right angle or 90-degree angle, and less than a straight angle or 180-degree angle. So it could be an angle that's like this, or an angle that's like that, or an angle like this. It's anything that's bigger than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So it would be any angle in this area here. Okay, so an obtuse angled triangle is a triangle which has one obtuse angle. So this angle here is bigger than 90 degrees. If it was 90, we'd have the line down here, and less than 180. If it's 180, it would be across here. So we have one obtuse angle. Next is our acute angled triangle. We also haven't looked at what acute angles are. These are just angles which are less than 90 degrees. So they're going to be less than our right angle. So they could be like this, or like this, or like this. So these three angles are acute, just less than 90 degrees. So an acute angled triangle is where all of the angles in our triangle are acute. So this one is less than 90 degrees. This angle here is less than 90 degrees. And this angle here is less than 90 degrees. Okay, so now it's your turn. What would you call triangle ABC? And do note, you can choose more than one of these. Choose as many of them that fit as possible. Okay, so we'll go through one by one. The triangle ABC, if it's equilateral, it's going to have sides and angles the same. However, none of the sides or angles are measured for us, and it doesn't look the same, so we're going to say it's not an equilateral. An isosceles, it would need two sides or two angles the same. That doesn't look right, so it's not going to be that. So, if it's not equilateral or isosceles and it has no sides the same, no angles the same, we know it's going to be a scalene triangle. So, yeah, scalene triangle. Next, does it have a right angle anywhere? I don't see one, so we're going to cross that. An obtuse angle. You can see this angle here is bigger than 90 degrees and less than 180, so that's going to be an obtuse angle. And if it has an obtuse angle, it's not going to have all angles of the triangle being acute, so it can't be an acute angled triangle. So we can see here that our triangle is scalene and obtuse angled. Okay, so now have a go at working out what type of triangle ABC is. Okay, so from these dashes here, we can tell that the three sides are the same length. So, because the three sides are the same length, we can say that it's an equilateral triangle. Next, isosceles triangles will have two sides the same length. Well, this triangle does have two sides the same length. It doesn't matter what the third side is. So, this triangle is also an isosceles triangle. And you'll find out that every equilateral triangle is, every form of equilateral triangle is also, though, a form of isosceles triangle. Next, scalene is where we have every side a different size, which we know is not true, so we won't do that. A right-angled triangle, does this triangle have any right angles? Nope. It also doesn't have any obtuse angles. However, every angle is less than 90 degrees, so it's an acute angled triangle. So, triangle ABC is equilateral, isosceles, and acute angled. Alright, now have a go at working out what this triangle is. Okay, so our triangle isn't equilateral because the sides aren't the same, the angles aren't the same. It's also not isosceles because we're not given any two sides being the same length. So we're going to assume that it is scalene because it's not isosceles or equilateral. All the sides look different lengths and the angles also. We have a right angle here, so you can tell it's a right angled triangle. Now, there's no obtuse angle there, nothing bigger than 90 degrees. And because we have a 90 degree angle here, not every angle in the triangle is acute, so it can't be acute. So our triangle ABC is scalene and right angled. So I hope this lesson has made sense. This is the content we've covered. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.